I have no idea what she said, but I know I do my research and it's okay. Like, I think I'm not sad about anybody criticizing me.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Ana Kasparian throwing shade, firing shots off, pop, pop, at Emma Vigeland and Sam Cedar. Then we have Emma Vigeland and Sam Cedar respond. The Vanguard is covering. Let's watch.
Get the point. You've seen probably many segments of Ana Kasparian doing this shtick over and over again. But she basically goes on to try to manufacture consent for more police money, more police in general. She points to Detroit, I think, which in her analysis, the crime has gone down in Detroit because of the fact that they hired a shit ton more cops. And, that's what they need to do in LA, which is already happening. Like I said, they already are hiring more cops, and they're raising their wages and
They
trying
get
to
paid
hire
like a
them in droves.
motherfucker, dude. They get paid like 180 grand a year to be cops. Can
Yep.
you imagine that? That's a lot of fucking money, guys. Even in California with their like insane tax structure for working class people, you're still taking home like 8 racks every month to be a fucking pig on the street, to be a domestic terrorist in public.
Yep.
Like, no money in the world's worth it, but to these scumbags it is.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, it's funny because people like Ana Kasparian are so convinced that us on the left we're in denial about crime. Like, I'm not in denial about the fact that crime exists. No one on the left is just like, crime is not a thing, and if it does happen, who cares? Like, that's no one's response. The thing is that on the left we don't use crime, we don't use anecdotes to try to manufacture consent for more police money, more of the city budget going towards the police department, which is basically proven in almost every instance to not actually help with crime. The point that people on the left are making is that if you're going to do a video like this where you scaremonger about crime, it should be to address the sort of societal failings that result in this level of desperation and crime in the first place. That's why so many people have pointed out that the infamous spike in crime that happened around the George Floyd protest was not actually a result of the George Floyd protest, as some people like Actual Justice Warrior will have you believe, and his biggest fan. No, it was actually a result of the desperation that people were experiencing. Obviously, that's what leads to crime. 9 times out of 10, I don't know. Most people don't just wake up in the morning and decide to go do bad things and commit crimes that could, end up with them in jail or their freedoms permanently removed. No one thinks that. No one wants to do that unless you're literally just a mentally insane person or something, which is also probably a result of intense desperation and societal neglect. So that's the point you should be making, right? And when lefties do talk about crime, when progressives do talk about crime, that's the framework they usually talk about it. Underline, not that this is why we need more cops and this is why we need to give more of your taxpayer money to the cops. No, that's not the answer. And the communities that are most negatively affected by the police will tell.
So right here we have Silly and Billy going over. It's a crucial conflict between the left and the right, which is sort of Ana Kasparian's entire argument right now as far as going into it versus maybe more progressives. We have Emma Vigeland, Sam Cedar, where they're coming in and saying, they're not necessarily saying that these things are good by any means necessary, as well as the Vanguard. These are not necessarily things that are happening that are good. But let's look at the underlying reasons on why crime is coming up. Let's not use this crime as a way to put more money into police state, into these different already overfunded things. We already have so much money going into these things. And Ana Kasparian is using these stories whenever they have crimes, whenever a lot of crime is starting to go up. She's using these stories to almost be an advocate to say, hey, well, we need more funding. The police need more money. This is, we need to put more funds into this. And it's like, that goes into there. Schools, money that goes into schools, we don't really want to talk about that. All these different corporations that are getting money, that are like putting money under the table, all of these other things that are going on, the loss of jobs, all the layoffs, all the different problems, all of this, that couldn't possibly cause any issues. It has to be, let's put more Band-Aids on the issue. That's what they're saying.
That's what leads to crime. 9 times out of 10, I don't know. Most people don't just wake up in the morning and decide to go do bad things and commit crimes that could, end up with them in jail or their freedoms permanently removed. No one thinks that. No one wants to do that unless you're literally just a mentally insane person or something, which is also probably a result of intense desperation and societal neglect. So that's the point you should be making, right? And when lefties do talk about crime, when progressives do talk about crime, that's the framework they usually talk about it. Underline, not that this is why we need more cops and this is why we need to give more of your taxpayer money to the cops. No, that's not the answer. And the communities that are most negatively affected by the police will tell you that.
Reach on me. Love that shit.
I also did want to play a quick video from the Majority Report from the other day where they were kind of going after this actual justice warrior guy who's like best friends with Anna. So I want to take just a few seconds of this in and then also watch their response when a viewer actually brought up the Ana Kasparian segment recently. These aren't very long, but let's take a quick look.
With using the FBI data as the source for national crime rates. Let's scroll down. New FBI data confirms previous indications that crime in the U.S. declined significantly in 2023, continuing a post-pandemic trend.
And just to reference, sorry to cut you off, but just to reference our buddy, the actual Justice Warrior, it doesn't say the post-George Floyd effect trend. It says the post-pandemic trend.
Right.
So like it's fucking embarrassing, frankly. And I'll just say it, Anna retweets that guy. It's fucking embarrassing.
Anna retweets that guy. Matt, like just like us, for real.
Yep, and that was from 9 days ago. And let's take a look at from, I think, yesterday or the day before yesterday, someone actually called in to ask about Anna playing the Majority Report clip and kind of coming after them. I thought this was pretty amusing as well.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more content like this.
Wait, I already read that. Hopeful one, why is Anna going after you? And Sam, she's implying you don't do research. I know I come here a lot and mention them, but I can't believe I have no idea what she said, but I know I do my research and it's okay. Like, I think I'm not sad about anybody criticizing me. That's
no
fair.
light without heat.
I know that I do my research and I know that, our coverage on whatever.
But we haven't seen it. So yeah, give us details because
what's the topic that we don't do our research on?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel pretty confident.
I imagine it's about cops.
I feel pretty confident in my ability to research and our
She's got rigged data.
Exactly.
You got rigged data. So let's get it.
Data's rigged. It ain't, the coppers told me so. They told me. Rigged data.
Maybe it was about crime. Maybe it was about crime in New York City, something that, myself and Emma and Matt Leck probably know nothing about.
Yeah, no.
Certainly not as much as someone doing the research over in California.
With
I'm going to say I will admit anti-cop bias. When they come on the news and say that they looked at some fentanyl and then their face started melting like in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, I just assume that they're not telling the truth. But that's just me.
That's
so,
same, same friend, and I also have an anti-cop bias.
That's how they lie, bro. You can't trust them.
Yeah.
So there we have it, you guys. We have, a viewer of the Majority Report was telling Emma Vigeland that Ana Kasparian is saying all this crap about you. She's saying that you guys aren't doing enough research, that you guys don't even know what you're talking about as far as, the police issues. And we have Emma Vigeland saying, no, I think I'm doing plenty of research and I know what I'm talking about. It may be the other way around. It may be that, we have somebody, cough, cough, Ana Kasparian, who is just talking out of her ass like always. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.